Engineers solving problems. All right, guys. Today, in your design proposal, you're going to be drawing up the surface area of your wings, which is the flat space right here on top of your wings. Doesn't include the body, just the surface area of these wings. Now, with that, you're going to use two area forms. You're using area equals length times width for squares and rectangles. And for triangles, it's area equals 1/2 times the base times the height. So the area is a square area. How many units square could you fit inside of each of these? You should know that from about 5th grade math. The triangle one is sort of like if you had a square and you cut the square in half, it would make some kind of triangle. So you should be able to cut a square in half and have this right-angled triangle right here. And that's half. That's where you get 1/2 length times the width, or base times the height. Just the same thing over here. If we take and cut that one in half, you have a triangle. You could cut this one in half and have a triangle. This is the weird one. It may not look like you can make a rectangle out of that, and you probably couldn't because it's such a weird shape. But this one here, you have to measure from the apex down to the base. Draw you a straight line down with a right angle. And that is going to be your height, and your base will be this section right here. Now, the next step, after you write these down, these are important to have in your notebooks. You're going to take your paper airplane, and you are going to trace it as best you can into your notebook so that you can see the surface area of your wings. Now, I'm going to do my best to make this look good. It's very difficult to trace things when you have a camera in the way. So this particular paper airplane only has two shapes, and there's going to be a worksheet attached to your assignment that'll show you several different airplane shapes and how to figure it out. We're going to pretend that this meets right here. Now, this is our paper airplane. There's two shapes, two sets of shapes. These are supposed to be the same, and they're pretty close, and then you have this big triangle. Now, we're going to use centimeters to measure. On your ruler, such as this one, you have centimeters. Inches on this side, centimeters is this side. A millimeter is what's in between these, but we're going to use them as a decimal. So this is 1 centimeter. This would be 1.5 centimeters since it's in the middle, and it could go 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, and then up to 2. So now let's measure our airplane. We're going to do the best that we can to draw this at a right angle. And we measure from the apex, the tip of our airplane, over. This is 17.7 centimeters. So this height equals 17.7 centimeters. The base is going to be 13 centimeters. Now, for these two, just measure 1 and multiply times 2. So we have a height of 1.5 centimeters, and we have a base of 2.7 centimeters. I did not write those very neat, but I'll do my best now on this paper to figure out both of these. You can use your trusty calculator. The first area we have is area equals 1/2 times the base times the height. And what that means is when you do base times the height, you'll divide by 2. So you have area equals base times the height, 13 centimeters, times 17.7 centimeters divided by 2. That gives you an area of, let's do 13 times 17.7, 230.1 divided by 2, and you have an area, when you divide by 2, of 115.05. Now listen, let's just round down to a simple area equals 115. This is a negligible amount, meaning it's not going to matter in the course of what we've got going on. Okay, now we have one more triangle left. That's these two guys. So we have area equals 1/2 times the base times the height. Notice I'm starting with the formula, and then I'm plugging in the information. So we have area equals, the base is 2.7 centimeters times 1.5 centimeters is the height. We divide by 2. The area equals 2.7 times 1.5, 4.05 divided by 2, and the area of one of these is 2.025. If you really say what your calculator tells you, just round this up to, or down, sorry, to area equals 2. Now there's 2 of them, so it's actually, we'll go times 2 triangles equals 4 centimeters squared, and we forgot that information. Now you take both of these and add them. So your total surface area equals 115 centimeters squared plus 4 centimeters squared, 119 centimeters squared. Put a nice block around it so you can find it. So that is it for day 2 of your design proposal. Don't forget at the top to put your name of the title. So this is day 5 if I'm not mistaken. Yep, there was 4. I might be on page 6. You may be somewhere else, but 8, 15, 20, 20. Make sure that you're very thorough. You go back, you do your table of contents with paper airplane day 5 and the page 6 or whatever page you're on. Make sure you copy this down into your engineering notebook and then trace your airplane as best you can. Make it fit as best that you can. You may have to start at one corner and go all the way down to the other corner of your paper. And then do the math just like I've done it here so that each shape is accounted for. This is what your engineering notebook entry for day 5 should look like. You need to find the surface area of your airplane, your wings, and then if you need any help, go to Google Classroom and look at the presentation with the other airplane shapes. There's plenty of examples to go off of. If at that point you still can't do it, then you may call me over and I'll help you out.